Hello everybody, welcome back. Or should I say that to myself, because it has been a couple of months since I showed my face here. And to stick with that theme, today I will be discussing the Hermit card as a theme, because I think this moment is the best moment to discuss this card. It's December 21st, it's winter solstice, which means it's the shortest day. You can see it's already getting dark out, and it's, what's the time? What time is it? Oh, I can't see it right now. Well, I don't know what time it is, by the way. I'm not really looking at the clock if I don't have to. So it's the shortest day of the year, which means it's the longest night of the year, which means on this day, yeah, there's the most darkness, there's the least light. On top of that, the Netherlands is in lockdown. Well, we always have like a half lockdown here. Everybody says like, yeah, we're locked down. I'm like the essential stores, like supermarkets and stuff, are still open. So in my opinion, it's like all the things that we cannot do right now is like completely luxurious. It's not, you know, it's not the necessities. Everything that we need, we still have. But a lot of people are at home, they work from home, you know, and here, I have all my Hermit cards pulled out. And on top of that, it's also the great conjunction, Jupiter, Saturn. I think most people who check out my videos already saw it coming on the net, because people have been like, yeah, I guess you could say promoting it. It's a big astronomical and astrological event, because these planets, well, from Earth they appear on the same spot in the sky. In reality, there are, I don't know, I can look it up, but I'm not really interested in those type of numbers. But there's an enormous distance still between the planets, but they have been coming like, you know, they're like this, but they're also like this, and then when they come together from Earth, we see it like this. Yeah, I guess that's the most simple way I can explain it. And for a lot of reasons, this doesn't happen often. I believe the last time it was, well, but I see some confusing things on the net. I can invite you to look it up yourself, because this video that I'm making, it's not like I'm giving you the info. I just want to, you know, show my face again and talk about some subjects. But there has been some confusion. Well, it's been confusing to me, because on one hand, I saw in one like picture that had like the basic info about this conjunction, that said the last time it was somewhere in 1600 something. But then in the same image it says the next time this will happen is in 2080, yeah, 2080. And there also it said somewhere this happens every 30 years or 20 years. Like, I'm confused. But as with everything in life, nothing is just black and white, right? There's so many perspectives, and especially when we talk about the universe. I wrote some little things down. Oh yeah, about this conjunction. It's also, the planets are in Aquarius, and Saturn has moved into Aquarius. Saturn, it takes 30 years, almost 30 years for Saturn to orb around the sun. So it moves slow. And what else did I wanted to say? Yeah, so they're in the eighth house, which is the house that's ruled by Scorpio. Scorpio being the sign of transformation, death and rebirth, sexuality. And Saturn is also a planet that one of its subjects is transformation, especially things like karma. Saturn is the planet with the ring around it and the rings around it, and you can even take that as the symbol that there's a sense of protect. That it can be like protection, but it can also be restricting, and it goes around and around and around, which is which you can also see in so many ways. The cyclical nature. You come to a certain point, but every time you go up. But also in that, it can be a loop, and you don't really go somewhere. You stay at the same place, and even though time passes by, are you still the same person you were 5 years ago? I mean, also that is going to be a combination of course you're the same person, but you're not, you know what I mean? By the way, I'm all in black today. It's not that I'm mourning or something, but I figured I see a black earring, but there's also light, because after today the days are getting longer again. So, and that's also what we're celebrating with the winter solstice and with Yule, which now, you know, people call it Christmas, which is a very, very, to me, interesting subject in itself, because people think Christmas is a Christian holiday, but in its origins it's a pagan holiday, and I think it was like the Christians tried to get rid of all the pagan, well, everything really, but Christmas was such a important holiday, they couldn't get rid of it. Besides, it's also natural and seasonal and cyclical. We celebrate that the light comes back, you know, and there's this stillness that comes with this moment, this day. So all these subjects, winter solstice, the great conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn, the lockdowns, winter time, the whole situation in the whole world, the pandemic. It's important that we study the Hermit archetype. And so I'm gonna share something with you, but I also would like to invite you, if you're interested, to take it as some homework to do, as an exercise to do, to lay out all your Hermit cards, depending how many decks you have. I have, I think, 18 decks now. So when you look at all the people in this community, I'm not like a big, huge tarot collector, because I see people with closets behind them, like packed, full, like hundreds of decks. I'm a bit more selective. I would like to have more. I don't have a lot of money for it now, and I can imagine that if I have more money that I would buy more. But besides that, a lot of decks that I see on people's channels, I'm simply not interested in. but that's a topic on its own. So I'm just saying, yeah, I'm picky. I'm an artist myself, so I'm picky about, yeah, the way the images are. Obviously, also the symbology. There's just, yeah, I need to get pulled towards a deck. Well, I'm saying this because there are many reasons why I don't have that many decks. But of course, again, it's a matter of perspective, because if you're new to tarot, maybe you don't even have one deck yet. Maybe you have one, and maybe you do have one deck or two, and then I have 18. Yeah. So I took out all of my cards here, and what you can do then is have a look at them all together and check out what they have in common. One thing I noticed is that, oh, I changed it again, by the way. So you have the classical image of the Hermit, which is, well, I don't have a Rider-Waite tarot. In July I purchased the Black Power tarot, which is inspired by the Marseille tarot. It's a man, a hooded man. Oftentimes it's a hooded man walking with a wand in the night with a lantern. And not all of the images have a lantern. Most of them have. Some, I'm a bit hesitant now. Maybe I should record this video in a different way. But I think it's best to just continue, because, yeah, I just keeping it real, you know. So I have the Thoth tarot. Oh yeah, old man. Most of the time it's an old man walking in the dark with a lantern. That was the Wildwood tarot. The Dali tarot. This one, Golden Dawn tarot. Tarot of the Cat People. Yeager Meditation Tarot. I really like this one. It's so classical, yet unique. Handel Tarot. Cosmic Tarot. One of my favorite Hermits. I think this card made me buy this deck, actually. I think together with the Star card, which is also has this blue dusk, like how did you see how fast it turns dark outside? Marielle Tarot. This is more unique with the water, like a storm, even the ocean. Yeah, and my newest deck, Labyrinth Tarot. And then we have a couple that are different. Rurich Tarot. No old man, no lantern, but find a light in the dark. in your mind that reminds me about this great conjunction. The combination of Saturn being in Aquarius now. Aquarius being an air sign, the mind. Saturn having this sense of rules. That Saturn talks about rules, structure, work. So we can take this combination of Saturn moving into Aquarius as a message or a reminder that that we in ourselves can combine the energies of working on getting control over our own minds, discipline our own minds. And I spoke about this before, also in a very short video I posted, I don't know, last year maybe. Yeah, last year, November, I think. You know, when people talk about letting go, which is also a subject right now, because, you know, we leave, like, this is the darkest point that we're at. And from here, it starts to get lighter again. Literally, the days are getting longer, and that has an influence on us, right? So this is the moment to think about our past, this last yearly cycle, and decide what we will take with us into this new cycle. Simultaneously, what we leave behind. And I find it so interesting because people talk about it so often, right? Let go. We have to let go. We have to let go. But how do you let go, right? And I think the tricky part is that we should be careful not to focus on the letting go too much, because then you still hold on to it. You know, you give it attention. What do I need to let go? I need to let go. I need to let go of this lighter. This lighter is not good for me. I need to let go of this lighter. You think about the lighter. You think about letting go. You know, you have to put your focus onto something else. Something that's good for you. Something that you want. You should not put your focus on the things that are not good for you. Do not put your focus on the things you do not want. And I think it's very powerful to keep this so simple, the way I said it now. Do not focus on the things you do not want. Do not focus on the things that are bad for you. So focus on the things you do want. Focus on the things that are good for you. We're at the darkest point of the year now. That gives you an opportunity, this lockdown, all these things that are yeah, I'm getting this card again. This is from the Enchanted Forest. This is really a non-traditional hermit card, but it's so cute. And you see this animal, I don't know the English name of it, in his little hole, in this little cave in his house, underground, you know, with the fireplace, and his book, and his little port or little wine, and being with himself. All these everything pushes us to be with ourselves, to be in solitude. And if you do not yet, I would like to tell you how safe it is to be with yourself, to be in solitude. Or if you live with your partner, you can be in solitude together, you know, maybe in a separate room, but be quiet. Shut off all the distraction. Do not put your focus on what is not good for you. Does the news make you feel good? I don't think so. Everything is vibration. Be responsible. Be responsible for yourself. Be responsible for your mind. This is the moment to be with the dark, to be connected to where you're at right now. What did I wrote down more? Yeah, find light in the night. Soul searching, introspection, inner guidance. I'm thinking what I want with this video, because I thought about preparing this one, but at some point I just pressed record and I figured I'll just share this what I have with you. So, you know, I can share all these cards. Oh yeah, I have 3 others that I haven't showed you yet, which are non-traditional or very different. This one is more traditional than the last 2 I'm going to show you. This is from the Hermetic Tarot, black and white. So you don't really get the sense of the dark night and then the man holding the lantern with the light. And I have this card. It's from the Orisha Tarot, which I got from Queen of Set as a present. What strikes to with this card, what strikes to me from this card is that he's stepping out of the forest. So I have to read this. What's it called? Let me say it correctly. The stories. Because this is a very Patakis, yeah. I have to write because the stories are very, yeah, it's an interesting combination of systems. But you can tell that it has this hermit vibe, but it's also very different because he's stepping out of, or he's hesitant to step into the dark forest. But you do see the light in the dark. And then I have another one from another Orisha Tarot, Sapana, which is, yeah, in the book it says that this corresponds to the Hermit. Obviously it's very different. It's a spirit that has its completely the complete story of its own. But if you search for what does syncretize, is that this spirit is in this how should I call it in English? I don't want to call it an outfit. In this garment inside and it's also banishing in its dance. When it's like swirling around, you see all this material, like, you know, like a tornado. It's banishing everything that's not good for you, that's bad. So it has a sense of cleansing too. Yeah, so I showed you my Hermit cards. I thought about actually putting the camera on it, but it's not so much that you research my cards. I want to invite you to pull out all your Hermit cards and reflect and have a look at them yourself. What do the cards have in common? What cards are completely different? You know, it's a nice exercise to study your cards, to study the symbolism and the archetype of the Hermit. You know, pull out your books, read about them again, and just sit and take this moment to sit with yourself, to be the Hermit, to embody the Hermit. And find your lantern, you know, find your light and take it with you into this new cycle. You know, I think I'll just stick to this, otherwise the video is getting too long. To end with the same thing that I started this video with, I know I have been WoW for a couple of months, which is because, yeah, you could say that I have been a hermit. I needed to take care of some things concerning my work again. I am I am doing a yoga teacher course, education, which is truly a blessing, which is very nice. And I made sure that right now I have the time to rest and to feel safe, and from that create once again a stable foundation on which I can build. That leads me to a subject that I want to share in my next video. The foundation, the 4, the Emperor. It's the card of 2020. 2020, 2 + 2 is for what did this year bring us when it comes to foundation, rulership, and safety. I think that's a nice subject to share in one of these last days of this peculiar year. I hope everybody is doing well, sending you lots of love and light. Enjoy this winter solstice, enjoy Yule, enjoy Christmas, love one another, shut off all the distractions, focus on what you need, focus on what you want, focus on what you enjoy, and take some time to sit with yourself, reconnect with yourself. And you can find me on Instagram, Olnuzola. If you wanna, message me there, it goes faster. Obviously, I still do tarot readings. If you would like for me to do a reading for you, you can hit me up. And hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and leave a comment to let me know what resonated with you and how maybe you want to share something, how you experienced this winter solstice and stuff like that. What does the Hermit card means to you? Goodbye.